SpongeBob SquarePants, Man Sponge saves the day.
Have a great trip,
said SpongeBob.
I will water your plants while you are away.
Thanks,
said Mermaid Man.
Feel free to borrow the invisible bicycle, if you can find it,
added Barnacle Boy.
I will take care of everything,
said SpongeBob.
After all, you will only be gone for 2 weeks. What could go wrong?
Meanwhile, in Plankton's lair,
Aha! They are leaving town,
said Plankton as he cackled.
I will invite all the bad guys to Bikini Bottom.
He got on the phone and hit every number on his speed dial. The bad guys arrived quickly.
Welcome, fellow do-no-gooders,
said Plankton.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are out of town. Now we can take over the world.
All the bad guys nodded and laughed.
And with those two out of the way, I can finally get my hands on that Krabby Patty formula,
Plankton added to himself.
I think I will go for a bike ride,
said SpongeBob. He looked around for the invisible bicycle. 3 hours later, SpongeBob found the bicycle. He opened the garage door and yelled,
Oh no!
Bikini Bottom was in big trouble.
Help!
Everyone cried.
Where are Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy?
Everyone was so scared they were leaving Bikini Bottom. Even the police were running away. SpongeBob knew that it was up to him to save the day.
This,
he said,
is a job for Man Sponge. Off I go to defend the weak, protect the helpless, and fight evil.
Said Man Sponge.
To the invisible bicycle. Where did I park it?
And 1 hour later, off he went.
Stop, thief!
Shouted Man Sponge. But the thief did not stop.
Well, that didn't work. What do I do now?
Just then, the thief tripped over the invisible bicycle. The bag of money flew into Man Sponge's hands.
I did it!
He cried happily.
Help!
Someone else shouted. Some bad guys had tied up the ice cream guy and Patrick. The bad guys were pushing all the ice cream tubs out of the truck. Man Sponge crept up to the truck and took the bad guy's rope, twirling it like a lasso. He caught the 2 guys and tied them up. Then he untied Patrick and the ice cream man. Man Sponge saw someone ring a doorbell, then run away. He saw Man Ray pop bubble wrap in the library. He saw someone else paint on a sign.
Freeze!
Yelled Man Sponge, but no one froze. All these bad guys were heading toward Man Sponge, so he squirted bubble-blowing liquid on the ground.
Whoa!
Yelled the bad guys. They slipped and slid on the bubble stuff, right into Man Sponge's huge jellyfishing net. Suddenly, Man Sponge heard,
Help!
It was Mr. Krabs.
Somebody has stolen the secret Krabby Patty formula.
He yelled.
It must be Plankton,
said Man Sponge. He sprang into action.
Stop, Plankton!
Yelled Man Sponge. But Plankton did not stop. Man Sponge pulled something out of his costume. Twang! His tighty-whities knocked Plankton down. Man Sponge trapped Plankton.
That should hold you until the police return,
he said.
I will get you next time, Man Sponge,
said Plankton. At last, all was well in Bikini Bottom. Everyone came back. So did the police. They put the bad guys behind bars.
Thank you, Man Sponge.
Everyone shouted.
It was nothing,
said Man Sponge. 2 weeks later, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy returned.
How was everything?
Asked Mermaid Man.
Oh, just fine,
said SpongeBob.
Everything was under control.